Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is Wyln News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. Wyln News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on Wyln News. I'm Daniel Weichman. Boys varsity basketball coach at Hazleton Area High School, Tim Kiko Barletta, has been suspended with pay from his job as school district courier in relation to text messages that he allegedly sent to a 15-year-old girl after they went public. Barletta has been the coach for 3 seasons after finishing up the 2022-23 season on February 25th. At this time, it is unclear whether or not the school board plans to address the issue at a special school board meeting on Thursday, March 9th. The meeting is scheduled for 5:45 p.m. However, no agenda has yet been posted. We reached out for comment about Coach Barletta from the Hazleton Area School District last week, but at this time, there has yet to be a response. Pennsylvania State Police are searching for the individual who burglarized multiple stores at the Laurel Mall in Hazleton this morning. At approximately 6:30 a.m., an unknown individual forced themselves into the Laurel Mall, where it was observed through security cameras that they could be seen in the kiosk area of the Piercing Pagoda store. They also stole display phones from Cricket Wireless, while other stores had items and displays disrupted. The individual is seen wearing all black clothing and a black ski mask. If you have any information regarding the incident, police ask those to come forward and call the Pennsylvania State Police Hazleton Criminal Investigation Unit at 570-459-3890. Garbage fees for Hazleton City Authority customers will more than double beginning next month. On Tuesday, the Authority Board voted to increase the garbage fee from the current $17 a month to $35.50 to coincide with the trash removal contract that Tamaqua Transfer and Recycling Firm was awarded earlier this year. The new contract is effective on April 1st. More information has been released regarding the so-called House of Filth in Luzerne County by investigators. Dana and Richard Rouse were arrested on Tuesday, February 21st, after it was discovered that their 6 children, ranging in age from 2 to 11, were living in deplorable conditions. According to investigators, the home had no running water, no food, and had trash and human feces thrown about the house. According to our news partners at Eyewitness News, the sister of the mother involved stating that she was afraid to call police as she feared her husband. The sister was not aware of the conditions as the husband isolated her from the rest of the family. From an outsider's view, everything seemed normal with the family. Richard Rouse remains locked up, unable to post his $50,000 bail, while Dana Rouse remains behind bars on a $250,000 bail. A search for a woman is underway after police say she may be currently held against her will following a suspicious phone call late last month. The phone call conversation suggested that 32-year-old Ashley Marie Young was being told what to say during the conversation due to long pauses, whispering in the background, and the speaker being muffled or muted periodically. Ashley stated that she was near the area of the Mohegan Sun Casino and was okay before the call ended. Ashley is described as a white female, 5 foot 4 inches, 115 pounds, with blonde hair, recently dyed dark brown and black, and blue eyes. Officials state that she has tattoos on both inner forearms and wrists that cover scarring, a butterfly on her upper back, and a mushroom on her outer right ankle. Anyone with contact or information is requested to contact the Hellertown Police Department at 610-838-7040. A fire in Shenandoah that happened on Tuesday is still under investigation. The fire started at 301 Furnace Street and eventually spread to the adjoining home. Upon investigating, the state police fire marshal declared that the fire had been caused by arson. This fire is the second this week in a vacant home to be ruled arson in the city of Shenandoah. Police have urged residents to be on the alert for any suspicious activity and to contact local police if they see any squatters in vacant homes. 58-year-old Paul Francis O'Connell is wanted by Wilkes-Barre Police for driving under the influence and driving an unregistered vehicle. He is known to drive a red Mazda CX-5. If you see or know this individual or their whereabouts, do not approach or attempt to apprehend them. Anyone who wishes to share information regarding O'Connell, they may call 911. Today, Congressman Chris DeLuzio, Senator Sherrod Brown, Senator Bob Casey, and Congresswoman Susan Wyln introduced the Striking and Locked Out Workers Healthcare Protection Act to protect strikers or locked out workers from being cut off from their health care. from Pennsylvania to Ohio and all across the country, as more workers are exercising their right to strike, employers often cancel or threaten to cancel health insurance for striking or locked out workers. While the National Labor Relations Act establishes workers' right to strike as a protected activity and employees cannot be fired for striking, they can, and often do, threaten to cut workers' health care as a coercive silencing tactic. This bill would create a separate unfair labor practice category for when employers cut or alter workers' health insurance while they are on strike or locked out, and violators would be subject to increasing levels of civil penalties. Coming up on Wyln News, Josh Shapiro announced his first Pennsylvania budget as governor. Plus, we celebrate International Women's Day at the Hazleton Art League. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast, brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Alexander Bonomo. I'm 12 years old, and tomorrow's Wyln forecast is partly cloudy.
We want your child to be our Wyln Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on Wyln News and Wyln social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the Wyln News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
Struggling to get a good night's sleep? Then look no further. Grand Central is here to help. Grand Central Sealy experts will set you straight. When you buy your mattress at Grand Central, you can expect free delivery and setup, free removal of the old unit, and interest-free financing for up to 60 months. And of course, Grand Central's everyday low prices. Grand Central in Hazleton, helping you make your house a home.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information. Get ready for the ultimate sports breakdown with Marty Burns on Let's Talk Sports. Every day during Wyln News, Marty brings you the latest news and analysis on your favorite teams and players. From the biggest games to the latest trades, he's got you covered. So tune in daily to Let's Talk Sports and get in the game with Marty Burns.
Welcome back to Wyln News. Governor Josh Shapiro presented his first budget to the people of Pennsylvania, sharing his vision for common sense investments to make Pennsylvania communities safer and healthier. He plans to create real opportunity and build an economy that works for all and ensure every child has access to a quality education. This budget is a set of real solutions to the most pressing issues Pennsylvania communities face.
For all of God's children, their stories, and the stories of more than 13 million Pennsylvanians, that should define the work that we do here in this Capitol. This, of course, is the People's Chamber. And I stand before you today as the 48th governor of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, humbled by the trust that they've placed in me and committed to repaying that trust by showing them that government can be a positive, productive force for good. I believe that in my core, as I did 12 years ago.
What came along with the budget was the focus on funding for mental health services. Over the course of the next 5 years, $500 million will be invested for mental health services for students. Shapiro mentioned that solving the staffing issues for call centers and restoring funding for county health programs would help to improve mental health services in PA. The Weatherly Area School District has agreed to contract with the Borough Police. A borough police officer will be present in the district for the remainder of this school year and all of next. Officers will rotate school duties, and the district will pay their salary, with the officer being paid by the borough when the school is out of session. PennDOT is reminding drivers of their Yellow Dot program due to the recent winter weather. The Yellow Dot program helps inform first responders about the drivers important information in case of an emergency. This allows law enforcement and first responders to quickly get a hold of someone who will speak for you if you cannot speak for yourself. If you would like to sign up for the Yellow Dot program or are looking for additional information, you can sign up at penndot.pa.gov. The Greater Whitehaven Chamber of Commerce is hosting their third annual prize fishing derby during the 2023 fishing season. Each trout will be placed in local areas of the Lehigh River and tagged with a safe removable tag containing a business, organization, or family name. If you happen to catch one of these trout, you can remove the tag and take it to the Whitehaven Market and receive a $25 cash prize. If you would like to sponsor a fish, payments are due by March 15th. You can contact Linda Miller at 570-582-9934 if you have any questions regarding the event. The spotted lanternfly, or SLF, is a known invasive species from Asia that was first discovered in Pennsylvania in Berks County in 2014. SLF feeds on sap from a myriad of plants, but has a strong preference for plants important to PA's economy, including grapevines, maples, black walnut, birch, and willow. SLF's feeding damage stresses plants, which can decrease their health and in some cases causes death. The Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture is gearing up the Commonwealth citizens for the spring, as larvae will begin to appear on our trees and plant life. Any efforts you make in destroying the flies or its egg masses help reduce populations on your property and in the community. You can report any lanternfly sightings to 1-888-422-3359. International Women's Day is a celebration of all the women in our lives. From our sisters to our mothers, no doubt there's a woman in your life that has given her all to the lives around her. We stopped at the Hazleton Art League, where Mark Peterson has acknowledged the women in our local area and their dedication to the arts.
Yes, today, March 8th, is International Women's Day, and one of the things that we would like to do here at the Hazleton Art League is support our women artists and introduce this painting to our viewers. And this is done by Teresa Lyot Saul, and this is a portrait of her grandmother, Anastasia.
Dozens of women have walked the halls of the Art League and displayed their creations for the community to see, and this month is no different. If you were to walk among the pieces in the building, you'd come across artists and painters getting to work at that very moment.
Well, I will tell you that here at the Hazleton Art League, we have some incredible female artists. One of them is Marcy Oldham Lanza, and she recently had an exhibition here this past summer. And Marcy is in her 80s, so forgive me, Marcy, for telling your age, but she does the most incredible artwork with pen and ink and watercolors and pastels, and she has 3 works here at the show right now. So she's another amazing story. In her 80s, still teaching art, still coming here producing art, and that's real dedication. And this is something that around the world, it's a really important day. And here in the United States, not so much. But at the Hazleton Art League, we want to make sure that our female artists are recognized and honored, especially on this day.
Coming up on Jim Thorpe's News Choice, Marty Burns is with us on this hump day with Let's Talk Sports. Plus, we talk about depression and how you can get help on Wellness Wednesday. And stay with us for everything else we have lined up for you later tonight on Wyln TV.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update, posted daily between noon and 2 p.m., powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner. Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
Are you looking for the latest local news and events important to our Hispanic community? WYLN will keep you up to date on what's happening, from breaking news to special reports and local events, on our new daily Spanish language webcast, WYLN's Telediario, featuring me, Julia Wiegand. Follow our social media pages and website at WYLNTV.com every day to access WYLN's Telediario webcast. WYLN, we're your local network.
Welcome to the Hump Day edition of Let's Talk Sports, brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. And we're going to look back at some postseason action for some of our local high school athletes, and we'll start in the pools up at Wilkes-Barre Area High School. Recently, the District 2 swimming championships were held. Couple of gold medals for MMI's Whoopi Kupski. 2 gold medals, 2 new record times in the District 2 swimming championships set by Whoopi Kupski. His sister Mary Kate, she got herself 2 silvers. For the Cougars of Hazleton area, Chase Kashak and Logan Yakubowski, both 2 individual gold medals, and they also had a gold medal relay team with those 2, along with Billy Hansen and Jay Rosenstock. Congratulations to all in the District 2 swimming championships at Wilkes-Barre area. And the District 11 held their swimming championships at Parkland. Mono area had a silver-winning relay team of Abby Dudash, Tabitha Ward, Alexis Chinalaskis, and Kaylee Singler. Congratulations to those young ladies. And Tabitha Ward would not be outdone. She won a gold medal and setting a district record in District 11 at Parkland in their swimming championships, also from Mono area. Congratulations to Jake Hillebush. Now we go to the mats in wrestling, as the state tournament will take place tomorrow at the Giant Center in Hershey. And those advancing from regionals that were recently held at Bethlehem Liberty High School. From Crestwood, the brothers that must be intimidating to face on the mats. I'm talking about Magnus and Lincoln Bibla. From Wyoming Valley West, Dorian Hoffman. And from Hazleton area, Simon Zamudio, beginning a quest for a state title tomorrow at the Giant Center in Hershey. Good luck to all. We'll be back with more tomorrow for another edition of Let's Talk Sports. You've been watching it here and brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. See you tomorrow.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson that follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department, only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, Larry Schultz, we want you to see what an adjustment is like. Not too gentle, not too rough, but let it change your life.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Roadstocks. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Hi, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm Lisa Marie, and I am here with Guillermo Rodriguez, our family medicine physician here at the Health Center at Mountaintop. And I don't know if you're aware, but over 280 million, according to the World Health Organization, people suffer from depression in the world. A lot of people, when they think of mental health, they don't think to go see their family medicine provider. But we're here to tell you that is the case, isn't it, doctor?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. More importantly, most of the patients are found their depression through their family physician, because every time the patient comes to see the primary care doctor, one of the things we do in Lehigh Valley, we do a screening for depression to every single visit, because we know how prevalent it is in the community.
Absolutely. So, what are some of the things you do to identify? What are some of the things people should be concerned for themselves?
Well, you're going to find out when you come to Lehigh Valley and you're coming for any reason at all. I have a sore throat, I have a headache, I have a fever, I want a physical. And nurse is going to bring in, give you your physical, and it's going to ask you two questions right away. Number one, do you have had less interest or decreased interest in doing things? And number two, have you feel hopeless, depressed, or with no desire to do anything? And has that happened for the past 2 weeks? And how often that has happened in the past 2 weeks? The reason we do that is because that is a formula that we have called the PHQ-2. PHQ-2 has been found to be 87% effective in finding depression in many patients when you're trying to find depression on these patients. If you answer and say, yeah, for the past 2 weeks, I've been feeling almost every day like that, most of the days I feel this way, that immediately triggers a set of another questions where we can make the diagnosis of depression. And I encourage all our patients and all the viewers that if you find yourself saying, hey, listen, I've been feeling lack of interest, I don't want to do things, I don't have no energy to do things for the past 2 weeks, and I've been feeling depressed and irritable, go to Dr. Google and just type PHQ-9. That stands for Patient Health Questionnaire-9. You Google that and you'll find the questions. Do the questions yourself, and if you find out that you have a score of more than 10, you should come to talk to us, because the chance of having depression is very high.
So, it's one thing to self-diagnose myself and think, I answered all these questions honestly, and there could be a problem. I see things changing with me. Is a lot of the depression we see from a localized, like an incident that happened in your life recently, or is this something that maybe is hereditary, like depression?
Both. That's how we have to think. Right now, there's a lot of controversy about the serotonin theory of depression. For many years, we thought that serotonin was the basis of depression. And right now, there's a newer story that says, well, we're not quite sure if that's the case or not. I've been doing this for 32 years, and I ascribe to the theory. And to answer your question, there's two ways. Oh my God, my loved one died. I lost my job. Well, guess what? You lose a lot of serotonin during those acute times, and at that time, if you find out that you're not able to pick your serotonin back up, then you say, well, you might need something to help you pick it up at that time. You're going to find out that these patients do very well with a short treatment of depression, 3 to 6 months, and as soon as their situation becomes better, then you might be able to get them off the medication. That's compared with a patient who says, you know what, since I'm a kid, I'm 13, and I don't enjoy since I used to be. You know what? Mom has depression and grandma has depression. So am I the person that I really, should I be on a medication? And then when we do the different questions, we realize, listen, there's a chance that, you know what, your reservoir of serotonin is not that good. And then you try these patients on the medication, they do amazing. Then you try to get them off and they can say, oh, I'm addicted to the medication. No, you're not addicted. It's like a diabetic saying, I'm addicted to insulin. No, you're not. You need your insulin. Right. You need your serotonin. Right. It's something that you want to do in these cases.
Yeah. So, you know, some great points. And when you're saying that about, you know, the mental health stigma, I think, has been lifted a little bit lately, and we're more aware of it. There's more awareness. What would I do if I have a loved one and I see some signs? Like, what are the signs I should look out for so I can help them, maybe if they're not wanting to help themselves?
Very important. I always tell is we use the mnemonic SIGI caps. It's very interesting. Sleep disturbances, lack of interest, guilty feelings, change on energy, lack of concentration, appetite disorders, either psychomotor or psychosexual disorders, meaning you just want to plop down and not get up, or they have either very decreased libido or too much libido. And the big one where people are scared to answer is suicidal thoughts or ideations. Let's be clear, all patients with depression have had some degree of suicidal ideation, thinking, you know, things would be just better if I was not around. That doesn't mean they're actively suicidal. It's just the serotonin down. Now, if you have a patient says, you know what, I have a gun at home, I take it out every night, I start looking at it, feeling it, then that's a danger sign, and those are the ones that we really want to catch right away. But patient who's depressed and says, you know, I'm thinking about not being around anymore, but doesn't have a plan, I don't want that patient says, oh my God, I'm not going to see the doctor because he's going to put me in the hospital or something like that. No, 90% of the times we talked about it, and when we see that the patient is not really have a plan created, they are managed from the family doctor's office. And to the point we discussed before, 70% of all depression is managed by the primary care doctor. Sadly enough, with the amount of decreased mental health professionals, we family doctors are carrying that burden. And again, from who knows everything else about you, that help you with your depression at that time.
Oh, thank you so much for all this valuable information. I mean, you know, if you are feeling depressed, if you have some of these symptoms, if you know of someone, reach out for care. I'm Lisa Marie, here with Dr. Rodriguez at the Health Center at Mountaintop. Thank you for watching Wellness Wednesday.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.